Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael, and today we're discussing about Sam Bankman-Fried. March 28th is just around the corner, and this is when we will discover, and Sam Bankman-Fried will discover his fate. Is he going to face 100 years or more in prison? The maximum 110. His probation officer, the PSR, the reporting office that is in charge of that, because it's such a big case, they're recommending 100 years due to him being unsympathetic to his crimes, to the victims, him just generally lying to the judge, Mr. Kaplan, getting thrown into jail 2 months earlier, even though he did have the largest bail anybody's ever seen, and he was on house arrest. Well, he used a VPN and did some stuff that he shouldn't have. And, generally, if you make a judge who's presiding over your massive case angry, he's going to throw you in jail. And it's not looking too hot for you. But I digress. With SBF, we're looking at anywhere from 6.5 years, which is his recommendation. That's what he would like to serve. And if he does get the 6.5 years, he's probably not going to serve 6.5 because with good behavior, after 85% served, he's going to be looking at, maybe 5 years and something, a fraction of under 6 years. So one argument from his lawyers is, listen, cryptocurrency, ironically, like the moment we've been waiting for right now during SBF's sentencing, this looks better that his sentencing was delayed because crypto is exploding right now. Solana is exploding, which, by the way, in prison at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York, he's been recommending to buy Solana to inmates and his prison guards. So there we go. With some interesting stories coming out from prison that he was trading mackerel for a haircut or that he had extortion attempts and whatnot. But I'm sure he's giving cryptocurrency advice behind bars. And it's kind of like one of those Jordan Belfort scenes from Wolf of Wall Street where at the very end he's talking with Cheech and Chong and, hey, this is a school for criminals, essentially, right? So anyways, with the way Solana and crypto and Bitcoin and everything is exploding right now, there's three main reasons why FTX has a great potential for paying back 100% or close to it. And if they do pay 100% back to all the victims, technically, because we've talked about this in previous videos, yes, with crypto, since the prices are ever changing, you're not going to get back what it's currently worth. You're going to get back what it was previously worth, and it's a specific date, and you still probably lost money, but at that point, you technically got it paid back, so it's tough in these cases. It's another Mt. Gox situation where crypto is exploding, and it's great for the people who are facing time behind bars because it makes their situation look better. There's an avid truth to this where this is a nonviolent first-time offender. Should he be facing 100 years in prison? I honestly don't believe so. From the very start, I don't believe so because this is similar, in a way, that one's a lot worse. But when we talk about the Silk Road and the Darknet and all these arrests, you can easily look at, those are also crypto criminals, but those went a lot further. You had a lot more going on compared to this, whereas this is just, white collar crime, fraud, whatever. That's fine. Nothing crazy. Compared to the darknet market owners. But you take a look at these generally nonviolent first-time offenders, and many of them, for the exact same crimes in Europe, are facing 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Some of these darknet market vendors and exchange owners, people who have made tens of millions of dollars off of selling pretty much all the most illegal, the most controversial items on the planet to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Some of them are making YouTube videos and are on TV shows, and they're out and free, and they have jobs, they have their companies, they still have probably money. They're able to do whatever because now they're reformed. In Amsterdam, in Germany, in a lot of these interesting places, you've got beautiful prison cells compared to what we have in America and Norway and Germany and Finland, and I'm sure Amsterdam has better prison cells than what we have. But generally, those people are not serving life sentences behind bars. Where here, you have DPR, Dread Pirate Roberts, Mr. Ross Ulbricht, who's serving 2 life sentences. Now, obviously, that's a lot worse case, but he should not be serving that when comparing the same crimes and similar magnitude crimes, some were even greater, being prosecuted in Europe, and it's just a completely different scenario. So you have the same thing going on with cryptocurrency exchanges, where some of these cryptocurrency exchange owners who have been arrested, who have been tried, they're not facing 100 years. And yeah, this was a massively overhyped situation where the media it was a frenzy. You had so much attention on this. The whole world knew about this. You had a $30 billion Ponzi, as people were calling it, right? Well, if all the victims are paid back and you have a victimless crime and he's a nonviolent first-time offender, it kind of makes sense. 6.5 years. It's not like he's asking, hey, I want to be absolved of my crimes completely. Time served in jail. That's it. Get me out. Probation and whatever. He's still asking for what honestly seems like a pretty legitimate counter argument. Now there's going to be the prosecution who say that he's hurt so many people and he's not changed at all. He's probably going to continue doing this and whatnot. And you can see both sides to the argument, but the odds aren't looking great, but you don't know. We really don't know, because you're going to have the same judge that you made very upset. You're facing a lot of charges, 11, and you were facing even more. There was a lot of people who were impacted. Anytime you're talking a crime, a financial crime over $500 million, I mean, at that point, it's game-changing time, You're thinking like Bernie Madoff. I mean, that guy was serving a lifetime behind bars. So anything, when we're talking billions of dollars potentially stolen, and especially when you look at the incriminating evidence that they were, on the group chats and how they were generally running this company, it was not great. These guys were very unprofessional, very immature, potentially criminal, allegedly criminal, but does it deserve 100 years? Probably not. However, is he probably going to get 100 years? Maybe, maybe not. But is he going to get 6.5? Chances are low as well. Chances are that he's probably going to get the realistic sentencing that a lot of people are thinking he's going to get is anywhere from 10 to probably 20, 30 years. And at that point, any charges, because he's facing a bunch of those charges, some he might get sentenced, some, might stick, others may not. The jury may find him not guilty on those. And at this point, it's what's going to happen to him, I don't know. The one thing that is looking good is when crypto keeps rising and Solana keeps rising, the three main factors FTX is probably going to pay all the victims back is, first of all, they had a very good post-bankruptcy financial recovery team. That they were able to recover a lot of funds from some of these charitable donations and political stuff and whatnot. So we're talking tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars there. Second is the equity that is in other companies and all these investments and AI investments. Like, that's cool. They made some money. They made a lot of money. We're talking even over $1 billion from that AI investment. And then you have all these cryptocurrencies, all these tokens that just so happen to go up because now it's a bull run. And as long as it continues to stay this path, it's looking good for both SBF and people who are, around him, his inner circle. And also, mainly, the most important aspect is the victims, the people who are without their money right now. Hopefully you can get 100% back. And I know it's not going to be, if you're expecting 80 grand, but you get 40 grand because that's what it was worth at the time. Hey, at least you got something back, At least you got your money, because there's 100 other exchanges that have fallen, 100 other Ponzi schemes that people have never recovered a single penny from. So I know you can't compare each and every situation. However, there's some things going for SBF. There's other things that aren't going for him. So we'll see. Sentencing is, it is today the 8th, which, by the way, it's International Women's Day. For those who don't know, for Slavic women, if you don't get them flowers, that's it. So today we're celebrating, but hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your night. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, and we'll see what unfolds. But Back to some good news. Crypto's exploding. Everything's great. Woo! So anyways, see you guys in the next one. Take care.